그럼 지금부터 강원도민일보 이양수 허영 국회의원실에서 주최하고 우리 한국산불학회가 주관하며 산림청, 소방청, 강원특별자치도, 강원도 고성군, UAC가 후원하는 고성산불 30년 초대형 산불 대응 패러다임의 전환과 과제 국회정책토론회를 시작하도록 하겠습니다. 네, 안녕하십니까. 저는 이번 토론회 사회를 맡은 한국산불학회 학술위원장 국립경북대학교 김성윤 교수입니다. 반갑습니다. 네, 먼저 바쁘신 가운데 많은 분들 참석해 주셔서 대단히 감사하다는 말씀 드립니다. 작년 영남에서 큰 초대형 산불이 발생을 했었는데요. 사실 이와 똑같은 상황이 30년 전에도 있었습니다. 1996년에 발생한 고성산불이었는데요. 우리나라 대형 산불의 시초라고 해도 과언이 아닙니다. 그래서 그 산불을 계기로 우리는 대응 역량을 많이 개선을 했지만 작년 영남 산불 사례처럼 아직도 해결해야 될 과제가 많습니다. 이번 토론에는 그런 해결 과제들을 우리가 마련을 하고 그거를 대응하기 위한 방안을 마련하기 위해서 준비가 됐습니다. 이번 토론에는 우리 산불학회가 내세우는 모토인 산불 대응 이제는 과학이다라는 메시지를 갖고 산림과학 세미나를 계속 개최를 하고 있는데요. 그것을 겸하고 있다는 말씀을 참고로 드리겠습니다. 주제 발표를 좀 진행을 하겠습니다. 첫 번째 주제 발표는 포르투칼 산불통합관리기관 이사회 의장이신 티아고 올리베이라 박사님께서 포르투칼 통합산불관리체계 구축 사례와 시사점에 대해서 말씀을 해주시겠습니다. 원활한 진행을 위해서 지금 이제 한국에는 들어오시지 못해서 사전에 녹화를 녹화 영상을 준비를 했습니다. 그래서 영상 안에 이제 영어로 발표를 하시는데 영상 안에 한글 변경 자막이 나오기 때문에 해석하는 데는 크게 이제 무리가 없을 것으로 판단이 됩니다. 네, 그럼 영상을 틀도록 하겠습니다.
Good morning. My name is Tiago Oliveira. I'm here to speak about pioneering an integrated fire management system for Portugal. Well, it's a very small country, only 9 million of hectares, 10 million of inhabitants, 6.5 million of hectares can sustain fire. 97% of the forest is privately owned. We have a Mediterranean climate because of Atlantic influences, has a high primary productivity. High temperature, low moisture, high danger days account for 15 to 20% of the summer, and 12% of wildland-urban interface also pose a big threat. We had a big fire event in 2017. 6% of the country was burned. More than 119 persons were killed. Previous fire crises brought abundant evidence of the failure of unintended consequence of suppression-based policy response that was put in place in previous crises. But this time, two independent technical commissions at the Parliament look at the problem and define a path forward. What were the 2017 pain points? Lack of prevention, poor surveillance, detection and inspection, bad suppression, mop-up and post-fire vigilance, qualifications, knowledge and governance. And after 2017, we were empowered to build an integrated fire management system that has two growing twin challenge, one urban interface and forest management. Different problems call for the use of diverse solutions and tools. Integration benefits from strong governance body placed at the highest level of the government. High-level political endorsement is paramount for success cross-sectoral governance. You know, fire synthesizes the context. So we need to move forward in a hotter and drier flammable landscape. We need to have control about people, landscape, territory, institutions and governments. Well, regarding engaging people, we reduced the number of fires by half because we had a national awareness campaign, kids sensibilization, we provide alternatives to agriculture burns, burn permits for farmers, burn support for shepherds, a call center, high fire risk announcements, SMS warnings, and surveillance and patrolling. And we saw the reduction of the fires in critical days moving downwards, less than 53% of the fires, and reduction of fire use and fire arsonists also was quite important. Some examples, how to engage people with kids campaign for national programs. TV commercials, outdoors, claiming and for the Portuguese to have a different approach and different awareness. And also engage house owners and communities. We have a program, Safe Village, Safe People, that prepares the communities to be aware of the fires and also how to react in case of a fire. Managing landscape was also really important. We improve civic culture, landscape planning, species selection, land use restriction, economic and fiscal regulation, agroforestry transition, specific funding, valuing environmental services was also part of this strategy. But we built a fuel break network, buffer zones around the wild-urban interface, prescribed burning, oriented grazing, and burning shepherds. Nevertheless, the evolution of fuel treatments is really behind the schedule. Only 500,000 hectares were treated to 1 million milestone that we should have at the moment. But we introduced prescribed burning in natural areas, natural parks, to help shepherds to have their sheep, and building a mosaic also that reduced the fuel load using prescribed burning during the winter time. But a lot of machinery was put in place in order to improve silviculture, and the main idea is to reduce the fuel loads. Small shrubs, small grasses we need to remove before the fire. But of course, the institutional approach was also very critical. We moved from a silo to a whole of a government approach. We have a national fire system. We have a 6-phase risk chain: planning, preparedness, prevention, pre-suppression, suppression, and post-fire, with clear responsibilities for each entity. We established and consolidated this AGIF, where I'm chairman, to do the strategic coordination and with the cross-ministerial mandate, strengthen the regional, sub-regional levels with new roles in planning and coordination, and greater protagonism for municipalities in local implementation of national, sub-regional and municipal programs. Horizontal coherence, closer integration between forestry, civil, agriculture, spatial planning and finance. And of course we have this national integrated fire plan that aims to move from reactive civil protection towards a proactive integrated fire management program. Major ideas to develop rural areas, change active management of rural areas, change behaviors and efficient risk management. And we have this national plan that is being tracked and monitoring every year, with reports presented to the Parliament and to the governments, where we keep the track and monitorization of each project. And all milestones are being assessed and evaluated every year. But you can see the last 2 years they were above the goal. The fires, rekindles, and the total burned area was above the goal that was declared in 2030. Well, finance is another very important issue. More euros, more prevention, more transparency. We are spending 4.5 more money in tackling the fire risk, 12 times more in prevention. Governance principles were strengthened, budget transparency, cost effectiveness, multi-annual finance reporting. But we reduced the number of fires, but we are having bigger fires, small but bigger. And nowadays we have OECD doing midterm assessments with preliminary results late October, with the system underperforming and incentives are needed to be in place. These are the major issues. Internationally, we are having a lot of efforts with the International Wildland Fire Conference, as Korea had their conference, the 6th one. MOU with different countries, the international reports. We are part of United Nations Forest Forum, Global Fire Management, and so forth. We also in Europe to reform wildfire governance towards integrated fire management.
So,
I would like to resume the takeaway message from reactive civil protection towards a proactive integrated fire management. Wildfire are not a civil protection problem. They are complex, multi-sectoral, multi-special, multi-actors. They pose significant technological, social, and environmental challenges. Protecting life and property and natural resources ecosystem demands two different toolboxes. Acknowledge governance deficits that are hindering operational management performance. Active management of forests, woodlands, and shrublands need to do more herbivory, more fire, more close to nature civic culture. We need to overcome public and institutional cognitive barriers and increase operational scale, also pose important challenges. And integrate knowledge, reinforce decision-making capabilities, and refine procedure interoperability standards to improve effectiveness of wildfire prevention and suppression.